Good day everyone. Let's try to answer some math problem posted on Twitter. And also, special credits to Master Catriona Ag for sharing this wonderful question. And let's start. Here's the question. The dots are equally spaced along the rectangle's diagonal. The question is, what is the total shaded area? Now, if you want to try this problem, just pause this video, and if you're ready, here's the solution. And I hope you pause this video. Now let's see if your answer is correct. To answer this problem, we will use theorem on tangents. One theorem on tangents states that tangent segment to a circle from the same exterior point are congruent. Now on this specific figure, we can say that the segment xy must be equal to tangent segment yz. Applying this theorem to our question, since this side of the square is tangent to the semicircle, and this part of diagonal is also tangent to our semicircle, we can say that this segment is also equal to 5. Now since all of the dots are equally spaced, it follows that the distance from one dot to another is equal to 2.5. Therefore, this segment is equal to 2.5. So we have 2.5, 2.5, and 2.5. Next, what we're going to do is to locate the center of this semicircle. So here's the center. Next thing to do is to draw the radius directly to the point of tangency of this tangent segment. And we know the radius is perpendicular to this tangent segment. Now at this point, consider this right triangle. Let's call the radius be equal to r and the hypotenuse of this right triangle be equal to x. Next, let's call this angle be equal to theta. Now using some trigonometric function, we can say that sine of theta is equal to r over x, or simply the side opposite of angle theta all over the hypotenuse. Next, consider this big right triangle. Now, using some trigonometric function, if we get the sine of theta, we get 5 over 5 plus 2.5, or simply 7.5, or the opposite of the angle theta over the hypotenuse. Now, 5 over 7.5 simplify and we get 2 over 3. It follows that r over x must be equal to 2 over 3. Next, what we're going to do is to use this right triangle. Now, since we have a right triangle, we will use Pythagorean theorem. So if we do that, we get r squared plus 2.5 squared equals x squared. Now, we have r over x equals to 2 over 3. Square both sides and we get r squared over x squared equals 4 over 9. Now, solve for the value of x and we get 9r squared all over 4 must be equal to x squared. Now, since we have the value of x squared, substitute the value of x squared to this equation. And we have r squared plus 2.5 squared equals 9r squared over 4. Now, the question is, why we replace x squared instead of r squared? Now, don't forget our goal. Our goal is to find the area of the shaded region. Based on the figure, the area of the shaded region is equal to the sum of the areas of these two semicircles. By symmetry, since all dots are equally spaced, it follows that these two semicircles are congruent. Therefore, it creates one whole circle. So to find the combined area of this shaded region, we need to find the value of r. That's why we replace x squared in terms of r. Now let's continue. Subtract r squared both sides and we get 25 over 4, or simply 5 over 2 squared equals 9r squared over 4 minus r squared will give us 5r squared all over 4. Next, multiply by 4 both sides and we get 25 equals 5r squared. Now divide by 5 both sides, we get that r squared must be equal to 5. Now keep in mind that we have the value of r squared. Going back to our question, again, our goal is to find the total shaded area. And at this point, we have the value of r squared. And r squared must be equal to 5. And the area of this shaded region must be the area of one whole circle. And the area of the circle must be equal to pi r squared. Now since we have the value for x squared, it follows that the area or the combined area of these two semicircles must be equal to 5 pi. And don't forget the unit. We have unit squared. And we're done.